game. Okay.
Under the Pinoy sun. Boom, boom. Marla la la la, what do you have for us?
Alright. I have the Philippine military
Where?
Where?
in my pocket, non-assistant pocket. But they're saying that the 23 Muslim rebels were killed in clashes. This is in total of a number of clashes together with the military. So they're saying that there's an assault ordered that began in February 25 against the Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters, which is the BIFF. It's the new, it's the new that's pushing for their own system, and then a few other clashes. So, what are your thoughts about it?
So 23 rebels were killed.
Yeah.
How many
Muslim?
military?
No, Muslim rebels.
Muslim rebels.
They actually have it labeled as Muslim rebels that they killed in clashes. So, it's part of some of them are part of the more Islamic Liberation Front. Some are part of the BIFF, but generally all of them are Muslims, as they labeled.
What's wrong with that? I mean, like, what's the issue?
The issue is it's still in part of the latest anti-terrorism activities that they have.
I think it's more. I think the issue here is that the media is labeling terrorism in line with
Being
Muslims.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue is that, from a media standpoint, Islam as a religion is a bit tainted in the eyes of the majority of the country because of how it's portrayed in the media.
Yep.
I think not just in the Philippines but
No.
worldwide. Though it's only a small percentage as what we've seen. ISIS is just a small percentage, but the way they've been perceived as a representation of a whole religion is kind of unfair
Yes.
to Islam.
There's this one story in Germany where there is really an attack or anti-Muslim activities that is ongoing. They have one teenager, which is a Muslim, plainly looks like one, and then they actually attacked him. The
Germans?
No, the Germans, the people there, and he was just on transport from one place to another. They attacked him, and the face was all.
So it's the thing that makes it unfair. We, as media consumers per se, is that the media is feeding us what is a face of terrorism.
Yes.
They're creating a personification or an identifier to what terrorism is, and they're unfairly connecting it to Islam.
Yeah.
I'm not Islamic. I'm not a Muslim. I'm Christian, but I think it's unfair for their religion. In the same way that, let's say, ISIS is persecuting Christians. This is not a war between religions.
Yeah.
It's a war between crazy people.
And crazier people.
Yeah.
Because I agree. I totally agree because I have friends who are Muslim, who are in the Islamic faith. And they're one of the most amazing people you'll ever come across. They believe so much in Allah.
Yeah.
And the teachings in the Quran. They practice it. They are I'm sorry.
They stopped.
I mean, they really respect their religion. They do anything to follow the norms of the religion. Unlike some Christians or some Catholics, wherein I too am a hypocrite sometimes. So there are a lot of, but they are really they believe so much in their religion and the promise of salvation. So they have an amazing religion. Islam is an amazing religion, and it's being tainted by ISIS, by even the media for putting them as a personification of terrorism, which shouldn't be the case. What ISIS is doing is really unbelievable. But what the response of other Islamic countries, like the king of Jordan, launched an attack. Himself, he was there. He was in the command center.
He was in the plane.
He was in the plane.
Yeah.
Launched an attack. Towards ISIS. Why? ISIS burned to death one of his children. Like Jordanian. I mean,
The people.
his children.
it really is not about faith. It's more of how the media is portraying
Yes.
who is who. We don't need to call people Islamic terrorists. We don't need to call
Yeah.
people
Muslim
Chris-
rebels.
Yeah,
Yes.
Muslim rebels. We can call them for who they are, rebels.
Yeah.
And the biggest issue here is that it's creating a segregation between each religion instead of having peace because of this small population that is represented in a wrong way. It becomes a representative of the whole, again, which is not fair to them.
It's not fair.
It's really not fair because in the US, like, there's the KKK, right?
Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, they're not saying that they're Christian KKK members. Like, there's no religious label there, so it's really unfair compared to the Muslim terrorist whatever. So maybe the media should really
Should really
Take note of the labels that they're putting into this the headlines. The
sometimes
titles,
they're the
everything.
ones
Yeah.
who label people.
Yeah, they are actually the ones who label people. The rebels themselves, they don't label themselves at all. So we really need to, us being the media, we really need to stop doing that and just tell them as what Brice said.
To be fair.
For who they are.
We've just finished watching the Summer Station ID of ABS-CBN, so we're gonna discuss now the whole video. So ikaw, Brice, ano yung reaction mo to everything you saw? Like, you're not really familiar with the celebrities, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening in those videos.